Hey everyone. So now you have looked at a whole bunch of technical content about how things spread, and so I just want to take a couple minutes to tie this back to, social media and influencer status and how you get things to spread. So, if you've looked at the assignment for this week, it's to get 10,000 people to like something that you've posted. And the most common feedback that I get from people who are freaked out by this assignment is like, oh, well, I don't have a lot of followers, and so how could I possibly get 10,000 people to like something? And the answer is that anyone who thinks that fails this assignment. The people who reach 10,000, and there's usually only a couple every semester, do it often having no social media presence at all before that assignment. They'll create a fresh account and do that. And if you think about it, if we go back to what we were talking about with engagement last week, so I'm closing in on 110,000 followers. If we go back to, say, this post from yesterday, right? So this has been up for 21 hours. It has close to 10,000 likes. I mean, that's a pretty good engagement rate. I'm getting basically 1 like for every 10 followers. But like, I just barely got to 10,000 here with 100,000 followers. Right? Unless you have a massive platform, there's no way that you're going to get the kind of engagement that would get you up to 10,000. And so the question is, how do you get content to reach a really broad audience when you don't have a massive follower base? And the answer is you totally can do that. You need to think about those principles that were in the lecture that we went through today. So how do things spread widely? They get to people who have a ton of connections, and then they spread. So if we scroll through here, eventually you'll see some posts that are not from me, posts that I have shared from other people. That was one of them, but that was from another popular account. So let's keep going. Okay, so this is a video that someone made for me. It's a really awesome video. It's got me singing in the background. Okay, so she made this little video. It's fantastic. And I retweeted it because I love it, and it's something that our followers would get. You can see it has 2,700 likes. If we look at her profile, she has 36 followers. Someone with 36 followers is not going to get 2,700 likes on their own. But she got a huge number of likes because she made something that was really appealing to an account that did have a lot of followers, me, and I shared it, and it got out to this much wider base. And it's also something that would appeal to them. And so there's two parts of that. One is that you want to make content that is something that other accounts will want to share. Not that you ask them to share, because people ask me to share stuff all the time, but that they actively want to share, and that will be appealing to their audience. And so this is very much geared to us, and our audience would like it. I think we have another one down here, also from her, actually. So she made this one. That may be my favorite Twitter video anyone has ever made for me. Again, the same person with 36 followers, and this one got 1,400 likes. So by making content that appeals to a bigger account that they want to share and that is appealing to their followers, so it'll get likes and shares that way, you can reach a really large audience. Now for this assignment, you may not get 10,000 people, right? There's a lot of luck also involved in that. Like I said, usually only 1 or 2 people per semester get it, but if you can break 1,000, you're doing very well on that assignment. And if you're trying to be influential in a space, if you're trying to build a reputation in a space, getting that kind of content out in front of people who will like it may also bring you more followers and more interest. Now this was done here. These examples that I've shown you were done by targeting something to a particular account. You may have content that's not appealing to one large account, but maybe many, or many that are kind of in between, say micro influencers, 10,000 followers or so. How do you get them to see it? Do whatever you can to get them to see it. Tag them in it. Use hashtags that are interesting in your community. That's especially useful on Instagram, where people are often following hashtags or browsing through hashtags. On Instagram, put those hashtags in the comments. You can load up your comments with dozens of hashtags that are going to make things get broader reach. On Twitter, you can tag people in photos as you put them up, and that will make sure it's seen by those people. And again, you always want to think about the content itself. How do you make it appealing? So the idea of finding hubs, people who are important, who are influential, who have a lot of connections, and getting your content shared by them, that's the core idea of how things spread in social networks. If you want to get a bunch of people sick, you get that one person sick who's going to be in contact with thousands of other people. If you want to get your content to spread, you get it into the feed of someone who's influential and will want to share it with lots of other people. And so you've got to make good content. You've got to make it appealing to the right audience. And that may be a little different than like the core thing you post about, but that could be okay as long as you have something that, you know, is in line with what you want to share and that also may have a broader reach. So get it in front of those people, make it something that's shareable, and use whatever strategies you can to make it be seen that way. Hashtags, tagging people, putting it in the right communities, sharing it across platforms. So make a post on one platform, put it on Reddit where it may be seen by others and shared. So leverage those strategies to get that content in front of the right people who then are going to spread it for you.